What is up, everybody? NC.
JC and
We got some ECW, still rules for you. Going back to 1996, July 2nd. Can't tell you where we're watching it, but it's cool. It's a great quality. Raven's walking through the park, talking about how fucked up his childhood was being a rich kid. How it must have sucked, getting everything that he wanted.
He had it tough, man. You had it
So
tough.
tough.
Probably he had it so tough with his, personal waiter and just the caviar for lunch at school and stuff. He had it so rough. Poor
He
bastard.
did. Well, that's why he had to be all mopey and depressed and wear Melvin's t-shirts and leather jackets. Even the shorts that he was wearing. Remember those shorts were like popular for like maybe 3 years and then completely died out.
Yeah.
Nobody, people wore corduroy shorts for like maybe a couple years and then stopped wearing them. So 96 was magical for that moment.
It was, man. It was a magical time. But we're watching ECW right now.
Yes.
And yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, Bad Sport was sending me something about that. This is what they want, man. They want all physical media to cease to exist. And what that means is when physical media ceases to exist, you rely on them for licenses. You rely on them
That's right.
for content. And that's the terrible thing about it, man. That's why really it's a good idea to have a good stock of DVDs. That's the one currency I think doesn't really ever go bad is DVDs. Get as many DVDs as you can.
They come in handy, man. As long as you got that Blu-ray player, that old PS2, the Xbox, as long as you got something that can play that DVD, man, you're good. You're good. And you don't got to worry. You don't got to worry about Netflix losing the exclusive streaming rights to it and then it going away. And that's the thing that I hate too about streaming services. It's not superior when you really think about it. Yeah, you're paying all that money and you have access to this huge library. You don't even need to leave your living room. But you're paying, let's say you really fall in love with the show. You're watching it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's going to be leaving our platform because we lost the rights to it. Well, that sucks.
Completely. Well, just to get back to where we're watching right now, this is some fucked up mind games type shit right here. In the precursor and the lead up to this, what happened is Raven stole Sandman's son from him, Tyler, and he made Tyler into a Raven clone. So This is kind of like just in the feud of Sandman, just to really stick it to him. Hey, I stole your kid and I converted him over to my follower. So very fucked up shit there. But, Paul Heyman, that's back when he was in his cokehead creative genius days. Nowadays, not so much. We could say Mark shit. But, yeah, as far as the physical media goes, this is what they had planned. This is all what they had planned. Stock up with what you can. It's a great opportunity to go to swap meets and pawn stores and just get this shit, especially when it's dirt cheap, Fuck it, especially if you find a good movie. It may be on Tubi for the couple months that you're planning on watching it, but who knows? Maybe if you want to watch it 5 years from now, who knows if it's still going to be on there, I will say that's cool that a lot of these streaming services are offering more content. But at the same time, it's like, for how long do you get it? It's always on a time scale.
It's on a time scale. And, look, get a DVD burner. You can get them cheap. Yep. Get a DVD burner and just burn a lot of your favorite movies, your shows that you got on your computer. Just download them and burn them onto a disc.
That's the way to do it. It really is. Especially if you do have a burner. Yeah, get to burning. And even if you want to own, I think it's also cool to own the physical media as well. The instruction booklets that come with it, the box art. I think it's sometimes worth the price if you really like something. Helios was saying Noseman took longer than expected, but still made Sammy champ. Oh yeah, we're gonna be recording real soon on that. We got a Triple H as a bad booker coming up on that, and yeah, just a terrible decision. It figures that he would use it as a bargaining chip for Saudi. I expected Royal Rumble, but it came a lot sooner. So what's going to happen is he's probably going to hold the title for about a week or two, lose it to Cody, and then Cody's going to defend it against Punk at SummerSlam. Yep. That's what it's looking like. So it's like he's a fair weather champ, but at the same time, I still think it deserves the Triple H as a bad booker, because if anything, it shows you that if you work for Triple H, it's only a matter of time until you get your participation trophy. You just need to put in enough years.
Got to put in your years, man, and skinny homeless bums like Sammy can become the world champion. But you know what? Believe in yourself. If you're a crack addict in the gutter, you too could be a WWE world champion. Sami Zayn is living proof.
Well, that's what really bugs me is the same people that are saying Sami Zayn deserves the title are giving us shit and saying, "Oh yeah, no problem with Mick Foley winning it back in the day."
Well, okay, now
There were
there's
a
a
lot
difference.
of there. No, trust me. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we like Mick from his shit that he did in WCW and ECW, but you better believe a lot of the people out there were like, they put the fucking title on this fat retard. There's a lot of shit talking at the time Mankind won the title. It wasn't universally praised.
No, there was a ton of that, but then also like ask you like Mick Foley would at least do hardcore stuff.
True.
What hardcore stuff has Sami Zayn done? You know, I mean,
Sammy, don't get me wrong. Sammy has a career doing hardcore shit and Ring of Honor. I remember this one time he put like a ladder on the top turnbuckle. Remember when he used to do the brainbuster move all the time?
sure.
He put a ladder on the top turnbuckle, climbed up with it, and then brainbustered the dude onto the ladder. And then you could just see the dude almost fall on his skull on the concrete afterwards. So that was pretty brutal. But yeah, usually he doesn't do hardcore. I think I seen him and KO in one hardcore match on the Indies. So yeah, I get what you mean.
Okay, so we're reacting to the July 2nd, 1996 episode of ECW. Back when wrestling didn't care, back when it had an edge, back when it was exciting. But you know what? Wrestling is not all doom and gloom nowadays. I mean, I know people want to get all doom and gloom about it, but like we're looking at getting a show to you guys about, just like, looking at the positive side of things with pro wrestling. In 2026, not all that bad. We got about 10 reasons why wrestling could be good,
Right. I mean, like the first thing I thought about was JCW. We have new things within the last year and a half that we didn't have before, And
Sure.
don't get me wrong, JCW's been around for over 20 years, but it's never had this momentum before, and a lot of it's because of Russo. So there's that. I think that there's been a lot of youth being put up recently and in good spots that we didn't see before. You would have never seen a guy like Obafemi or Trick Williams push to the top unless there was TKO pressure. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, good point, man. Good point. We got a lot more reasons, and we're going to be making that video and getting it to you guys. All right, so I'm loving this. So they're showing Raven with Sandman's son, and they're playing mind games.
Well, that's what I love is you could see Sandman getting ready to cave in Raven's head with the cane, and then he pulled Tyler in front of him and said, "Come on, hit me," and used his kid as a shield, which is just fucking evil. But that's what I love about the Raven character, just a good evil character. Okay, music is playing. Let me mute this. All right. There's the one thing about ECW. They have a lot of licensed music from the 90s that loves copyright striking. So the chief to Brazil said, "How will Tony respond by making Ospreay champ?" I wouldn't deny it. I mean, I know he's getting Ospreay in the mix. He's getting Swerve Strickland in the mix. It's only a matter of time, And it's not like I have a real problem with it. I mean, at least Ospreay, at least he's terrible at psychology, but at least he has a little bit of, charisma. He's not too bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's got charisma. I mean, there's positive qualities to him, but
right.
Yeah, I could see him doing that, but I don't know. Like I'm thinking with AEW, I'm thinking I'm getting a feeling they're going to elevate Tommaso Ciampa. I really am. I don't know why, but I'm getting that feeling. And we could talk about what happened today. There was another TNA release. So if you don't know, Spare Change left AEW. He said that he left of his own accord, but we all know he was fired.
Oh no, yeah. So yeah, that's right. Eric Young, he left TNA, which is weird too. It's the weird part is you look at the people who are leaving TNA. Steve Macklin was feuding for the world title.
Yep.
Practically almost world champion, left TNA. Tessa Blanchard being pushed to the very top, for the Knockouts title win possibly, left TNA. Eric Young won the Battle Royale for a title shot not too long ago on TNA. Now they let him go. Mike Santana, his contract's up pretty soon. He's not going to be competing for the title again. Leon Slater, he's out the door. They are cutting more than I ever thought before, and which really leads me to believe that if this is a WWE buyout and they're trimming on purpose, they're probably going to be sending talents down there as their own type of feeder league. I don't know what's going on with the sale, but this is a lot of talent leaving all at once, man. Just saying.
No, I mean, it really is. From what I've heard is that apparently they're allowing talents who don't want to leave because they want a harmonious environment. I get that to some degree, but This all looks like I know we said it before, and I know that there have been people refuting it. This all looks like a sale to me.
Yeah. Well, especially the rumors of Anthem talking about a price tag. That's the biggest thing for me. The fact that they're mentioning a price tag, because they weren't. I mean, even around the time of Scott D'Amore, all we knew is what he offered them. We never knew what they would take. And now we're finally figuring out 30 to 50 mil. If you have 30 to 50 mil, you can play ball. Tony flat out said, I'm not interested. I'm not going to buy that shit. So it's off the table for Tony. But I still think it's an opportunity for WWE to go ahead and buy this and do something with it. You know, I'm just saying.
No, I think so too, man. I definitely think so too. All right, so they got Chris Jericho, Lionheart going into the ring.
Well, wait until you see Francine.
Oh, I know, dude. Oh, I can't wait.
So Joey was saying Sammy and Kevin Oinkins have done plenty of hardcore, but the tapes are in their private collection. Oh, yeah. Yeah, lots of private Canadian backyard bunkhouse battle royales and whatnot. A lot of dirty stuff going on with those Canadian boys. A lot of hiding the poutine, so to speak. So
it's like, Sammy, we should have released the tapes last month.
Well, they might have fucking tried to cancel me in my title win. I'm so glad I got my title win KO. They fucking love me.
That's what, and that's what like some people online want you to think is that, if you don't like Sammy Zayn being the champion, you're a fucking dork. I'm like, bro, come on.
The worst is one guy was saying that if you don't like Sammy being champion, you need to suck a dick.
Oh.
I don't know. That's what you like doing. I don't want to do what you do. It's like,
right.
You're not going to pressure me into that shit.
Like, stop projecting your weird fantasies onto people you don't like.
For real.
Weird.
Yeah, always these dorks online, always very sexual, always very low IQ. Just Prime said, I had a show last night with my band. We even debuted a new original song, Green Fusion.
Nice.
We even played a cover of Wanna Be Starting Something by Michael Jackson. Okay.
I saw it, dude. That was awesome. I love the groove that your band has. It's got like a nice chill groove to it. So I saw what you posted on there, man. Loved it.
Yeah, dude, Justin knows what he's doing. He knows he's a very talented guy and he's got a good band with him. So very happy to see you guys doing your shit. I know that show meant a lot to you. Can't wait to see the next one. So
absolutely. Just
Prime said, if I was in WWE, I'll put Julia over her manager and such. Yo, no, I know you take care of them. You would take care of Julia. You would take care of Kiana James. You know, you would take care of a lot of, I think, the attractive females that have been shoved to the side because their work rate isn't enough, you know, or they don't suck enough dick backstage, you know, one or the other. So, no, I know you do good. The Chief was saying,
not good.
Hell yeah, I'm sorry. Noseman has a weird definition of paying your dues, burying people until any momentum is destroyed and unsalvageable. He'd do it to Oba if he could. What it all comes down to is he will test you like Vince did. Vince would test his talents too. But with him, you have to unwaveringly suck his dick and lick his butthole for at least 2 years straight. That proves to him that you're a loyal soldier and that you mean what you say and that you're not just saying it to get a push. So after that point, yeah, he'll go ahead and he'll give you everything. That's why people like Cody, he knows he sucks, but he's going to go ahead and keep on putting over Triple H every opportunity. So Triple H keeps him at the top. That's why he does what he does. And that's why a lot of them do what they do. Notice once they win a title shot, what's the first thing they do in an interview or post-press conference? Oh, yeah, this is better than the Attitude Era. Yeah, amazing talent pool right now. So much more talented than back in the Attitude Era. Why are you comparing it to Attitude Era? Who even mentioned Attitude Era but you know?
Well, because they know that they're an imposter. They know that there's no way a jabroni like Cody Rhodes or Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens, any of them would have gotten pushed in the Attitude Era. Not a chance. They probably would have been like local enhancement talent at most. Definitely not world champion. I mean, come on.
Vince would have given them goofy characters.
Probably, yeah.
Like, especially judging what he sees on the indies. He sees one guy, he's a Canadian goofball wearing a mask called El Generico, and the other's a fat Canadian pig man that does pile drivers. He would definitely like, look what he did to the Goon back in the day. That pissed off Cornette. He would do that to guys like KO and Sammy. Because what are you going to do with some skinny fat ginger and some fat fuck wearing a t-shirt, you know? besides make them fat internet dorks, by the way. I think that'd be a great gimmick for Paul Walter Hauser. With the fat fucking nerd he's been online lately. He got roasted by Cornette today too, by the way.
Good.
But with the fat fucking nerd that he's been lately, I need to see him as a fat dork. Just double down, be the character, get the Dudley glasses, and just scream at fucking wrestlers for not enough work rate.
Did you see what Jim Cornette called Mason Rook?
I did not. Let me go back. Like, I sent it to my email, but I can't remember it. I remember him saying something along the lines of Paul Walter Hauser. He was like, guess what, Tur Blossom? You wouldn't be fit to drive Nick Bockwinkel's car back in the day, or some shit like that. So,
oh damn,
yeah, he roasted him pretty hard. Well, and that's the thing too, is it shows you that Paul thinks his shit don't stink. He already thinks he's like this fucking indie veteran who's been on the indies for 10 years. It's like, you just started wrestling.
He's a fat, goofy idiot. I mean, you could either love him or hate him. I feel ambivalent towards him. There's aspects about him that I like, that I'm a fan of, the comedy, but then I hate the markishness. You know, I can't stand that. But Jim Cornette roasted, I mean, absolutely obliterated him down to his titty hairs. Mason Rook. He called him a human waterbed. I was like, oh man, that is fantastic.
It's okay. Not bad. I think he's more of like a human manatee, but waterbed is not too bad. Not too bad.
It's all right.
It's all right. Yeah. No, if you go to the Anime Expo, I'm telling you, man, load up with the Febreze, load up with all the disinfectants. Just be prepared, man, and get that shit on camera, please. No, that too, please. Yes, hazmat suit, fucking super soaker full of Purell. You know, you need it all.
I see JT going around Comic-Con like a super soaker of Purell. Clean yourselves, you dirty bastards.
I read something on, like, I think it was Dick Sterdo. They were saying that Yu-Gi-Oh had to cancel, some big card shop had to cancel one of their Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments because of how stinky the fat fuckers were. It's like, this is the problem. Is like, if you're going to go to these card shops and you're going to play at these card shops, I think it should be like one of those things, like, you know, when you go out of like a radioactive area, like a power plant or whatever, and they have the decontamination area, and it has like the sprayers on it and shit. They should just have like cans of Febreze, like as soon as you walk in, decontamination, and keep you in there for like a good 10 seconds. And then there's like a little meter that says stinky motherfucker, and then barely smelly, and then they let you through if you're barely smelly. That's what it should be.
They have like a quarantine line. It's like garbage bag. It's like out of like Dexter, like garbage bags set up, and like the whole thing is like taped off in quarantine. You got people with hazmat suits.
It's what you need, dude. With these fat, disgusting fucks, you need the quarantine, man. Because it's the thing, when they're actually taking away business, that's when you need to do something. I played this one game. It's called I think like Pocket Cards. It's some sort of, you own like a Pokemon shop. It's like a PC Steam game. You own a Pokemon shop, and when you had fat stinky nerds come in and play at your tables, they'll like have like little smell waves, and you can go up with like a can of air freshener and spray them. They need to have that in real life.
They need something, man, because I mean, you don't want to be losing business to just these fat stinky bastards who don't want to put deodorant on. Like, how hard is it to put on deodorant? Literally, you could get it at the dollar store for $1.25. $1.25, you get decent deodorant, and it'll work. You get that 72-hour speed stick one. Okay, buy that, rub it on, and just go out in public. Don't be going out in public smelling like sour milk and butt. Come on, like, what are we doing here?
Well, and then on top of that, they also smell like jizz. They smell like just crusty boogers. They smell like just pure human cheese. Just the most disgusting smells you could, like, combined. And especially during the summertime, oh man, dude, you really get that butt beef going. You know, you know what I'm saying? That burning taco truck smell. You know, that really fucking deep, pungent fucking smell. And it's the thing too, is like, it's not a problem at pro wrestling arenas because they're booking them in arenas for now. Wait till they start booking the office shows, and you can't escape the smell. That's why we don't go to wrestling shows anymore, is because of these fat stinky motherfuckers and how they're ruining everything. If it's not their body odor, it's their terrible fucking opinions on wrestling. It's always got to be something.
And just how like if you disagree with like our opinion, like, why do you got to be a jerk about it? Like, why do you got to be like a complete dick about it too? It's like, I make an opinion, I state something, and you have like so many idiots out there. Do you know? And I'm like, buddy, I don't care. Like, take your opinion elsewhere.
Well, and it's hard too, because they say the stupidest shit, but then you go and you look at their profile, and it's like following 302 people, followed by 2, and you're like, Do I want to reply to this fucking retard? Maybe. I don't know. It all depends on your point of view, your mood at the time. Because trust me, there's a lot of tards out there. Like, one of our fans was targeting me to a tweet by a guy named Sports Fan, who was pulling up a Kendall Gray tweet from back when she was 13 years old.
Oh God, I
and
know.
she calls somebody an FAG, and yeah, what happened is Gen X is like, you guys should roast this fool for WFBI, and I'm like, he got visibility limited. I don't know if it's worth it. And he said, I literally didn't even do anything bad. Someone high up clearly has a crush on Peyton Prussian, aka Kendall Gray. What a fucking dork. I wasn't trying to gain any points from the IWC. I was calling out a bad person for doing a bad thing. You're not worth my time anyway, bud. What a bozo.
What? Dude, these people, they always have to resort to name call. Like, it's a circle. They can't make up an argument, so they have to, like, name call. Like,
So-
the thing about it is, it's like,
Hold up.
she was 13 at the time. She was 13.
Real quick, man. Real quick. So I replied and I said, she was 13, stop being a fag. So he says, you think calling me that makes you look strong? Buddy, you're a fucking joke.
Oh, my God.
You're the one getting triggered at a fucking somebody saying something, 13 years ago, 16 years ago? It's a long ass time ago. Kendall's, she 23, 24? How old is she?
She's 25 now, so like that was 12 years ago. So you do the math. She
Damn.
was 13 at the time. It's like, and that's the thing. It's like it's all about power for these idiots. They don't care. They will use this to make themselves look like the hero, and that in their mind gives them power. But in reality, all this guy is doing is going after somebody who posted something slightly, and I'm going to be right, it's slightly edgy when she was 13. Like how many edgy things did we say when we were teenagers? I mean, come on.
Well, but not only that, but that word is so socially accepted nowadays.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not even, I would say saying the longer version would be more offensive. But
Sure.
if you say it in a short form, it's just like, dude, stop being a dork. That's what it basically means. It's like, whenever I call somebody that word, it's never a sexual connotation. It's they're being an asshole or a douchebag usually. And it's just a different word for it. That's how I look at it.
I mean, even South Park made an episode about it. It's like
True.
the meaning of the word does not mean what it used to.
True. Now, see,
You know,
I like what they're doing here. So they have Pitbull number 2, and he's facing off against Jericho. So they had Shane Douglas come out and try to make out with Francine, and Pitbull's not having that. He's just beating up Shane Douglas right now.
And
see, this
bro,
I love it how they always have shit going on in these matches. I'm sorry, what's up?
And the outfit that Francine is wearing right now, man, I'm telling you. Oof.
She was such a good dirty whore back in the day. Great at being a dirty whore, man. The Chief said it before, I'll say it again. Michael Lockwood looks like an enemy in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles beat 'em up game. Dude, it's when you make Rocksteady look pretty, that's fucking bad. Just saying.
And I'm sure she's a nice girl, like underneath all that ugly, but it's like, for God's sakes, cover it. Either get the chin liposuction or just cover it up with the mask. Seriously, like we're not trying to just be assholes about it. Like, we're trying to give constructive criticism. Okay, if you look like that, put a mask on and be like the female Cruel or something. I don't know. Like, do something like that.
Well, here's what trips me out, dude, is this woman is obviously about keeping good shape. You look at her legs are fucking jacked, dude. Her back is jacked. Her arms are jacked, dude. She obviously hits the gym. She obviously likes taking care of herself. Especially with a guy like Clavicular that is showing you how to tone your face and trim, double chin and work on that. There are techniques out there where if you want to trim the triple chin, the double chin, you can. I mean, the biggest thing is just cutting back on sugar. If you cut back on sugar, what that does is it takes care of a lot of inflammation in your face and slims down your face. So if she can cut out sugar, that's a big thing. With her, though, because she's normally a fat chick, she's got the fat chick genetics, she needs to do some facial toning. It's out there. It exists now. You could do it. If you're going to work out your biceps, work out your chin, too.
Well, the thing with her is like she's got this. Well, she's got this. What was it called? Like FP. It's like some like 4-letter acronym condition where it's like her body stores a good amount of the fat in the face and neck area,
right,
and does not store there's not enough fat receptor sites in the body, but they're like a normal amount in the face, and or they're an abnormal amount in the face. So what happens is more fat accumulates in the head and neck area than it does in the rest of the body. And so with her, like, she's going to have to get liposuction or like a chin or something like that to treat that. Otherwise, I'm just put a fucking mask on. Put a mask on and be a monster character. Be the female Kane or something. I don't know,
I got a prediction about her. If she can get the face trimmed, you know what she would look like? Is she would look like a fucking monster juiced out version of Kiana James without the implants.
Yeah.
If she can get the face trimmed, I think she could actually be, I don't know, like I guess Triple H doable. You know, a hard woman is a good find. Not heterosexual male doable, but you know,
Well,
if you like big buff chicks,
yeah.
I can see in her face if she can just get the chin trimmed, there might be something underneath there. I don't know.
Well, and I see what you're seeing too. It's like there's like if you like go into like Gemini, like okay, like what would she look like if she had like a normal looking chin and like a normal looking face? Like she would actually look somewhat normal, you know, like somewhat kind of sort of maybe pretty. With the chin thing, like the whole like Mama June head with the Brock Lesnar body, it just doesn't. It looks weird, and so like I would either say put a mask on, but the whole facial thing, man, people are comparing her to China.
No.
Refresh my memory. Didn't China have facial feminization surgery?
She did. Well, because when she first started, one of the things that we saw about her, she had the big HGH monkey jaw. So she had the giant HGH monkey jaw. She had a bigger nose and pronounced cheekbones. And so what they did is they trimmed down her chin massively. They gave her a nose job too and gave her big giant tits.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe she even, I'm even thinking she maybe got her tonsils trimmed too.
Could be.
Who knows? Her Adam's apple trimmed. I'm thinking maybe even that too, because when she came back, dude, remember that in the neon green top? She looked phenomenal. And here's the thing is she didn't end with surgeries, because I remember watching One Night in China. You know, you got to see wrestling related shit. I remember watching One Night in China, and no, she kept on getting work done. I mean, by the time that she stopped wrestling and all that, you know, and retired from porn, she was actually a very attractive woman. Like the transformation she made was tremendous, to go from looking literally like a dude, because she had no tits either. She was flat chested, giant, had a man face. You could kind of see like maybe at a pussy from the eyes. You know how like you could look at a buff woman and be like, yeah, I look in the eyes, maybe that's a woman. You know, you could tell it was a woman, but man, it was a masculine woman.
Yeah, I mean, like not all hope is lost with her. I mean, like she's either gonna need to put a mask on or get plastic surgery. Like I hate to say it, man, but like that. I don't know if that look is going to work in WWE. I mean, yeah, you're going to get people commenting. What will happen is this, like, and you're seeing it now with like, you know, people making videos on it, social media and all that. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like the guy who waves his wee at the at traffic, you know? It's like, you do it for like 1 week. It's like, what the hell is he doing? You do it 2 weeks. Is he still doing that? 3 weeks, 4 weeks as time goes by. It's like background noise, you know? And that's the thing is like, I feel like with this, it's like, oh my God, did you see what this chick looks like? You give it about a few months and people are going to be like, you know?
Well, and here's the shame like about her is I can tell that she's a hard worker.
And a good girl too.
And a good person too. She's been improving on her promos, improving on her acting. I mean, I'll put it this way. Compared to a lot of the newer girls, she does a damn good job. I'll give her that. Like if I'm ignoring her face and her looks, acting wise, I can tell there's a brain there. The biggest thing about her though, as I would definitely say, either do the liposuction to the face, do some sort of facial sculpting, clavicular style, dietary change. But with her, it's more hereditary, I would think. So definitely she's gonna have to be hands-on about it. You can't just change the diet. You got to go in and either trim that shit or start doing some jaw thrust or something, some sort of facial toning to get that double chin taken care of. Look at this way. You can work muscles in any part of the body. Just find out what muscles you got to work there, you know?
Yeah, but with her, I think it's going to be, she's going to need a surgical, she's going to need like liposuction on her chin, probably boob implants. Like she's going to need a lot of work done because like you can work with it. Like I see what people, like, because they see with her, like she could be the female Brock Lesnar, the strength, the power, the speed, all that. I see it too. The problem with it is that you run the risk of her becoming a punchline more of anything to be taken seriously. Like that's the problem. Like that's why this is different from like men and women. Like Brock Lesnar, why he could, you know, be him in the men's division, why that could work is totally different than like in the women's division, where a lot of it is based on attractiveness. I'm sorry, but it is.
Look at Rhea. Look at Jade. Yeah. The reason why they got as far as they did, is because of their looks. I mean, at the core fundamental of it, they're both attractive women. Now, granted, they have, way too jacked bodies for our taste,
Sure.
but the internet loves those jacked bodies. That's the thing, is the muscle mommies, the muscle fetish for women is very much in nowadays because of the degenerates that we have left for fans. So with that being the situation, yeah, I think that it'll be a situation if she can get herself at least good looking in the face and maybe a little bit of tits going on, she could be salvageable. It's not all lost because she's still real young. That's the thing to keep in mind. China was real young when she debuted too.
True.
Just, let's not be completely ruthless. We see where it can go if she doesn't make changes, but let's hope she makes those changes.
Absolutely. Well, there's that, but like, if you take Michael Lockwood out of the equation, you look at the rest of the women's division in WWE, even in AEW, even in TNA. I mean, they're getting better looking. I mean, they are getting more attractive. They really are. I mean, compared to what they were looking like 5 years ago with Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler and a lot of them, man. It's you see where it's moving, and it's moving in a better direction.
What was up with Cody Rhodes putting on blast that Aaron Solo dude? He was like, he was trying to third his thought, and he went up to Lady Reed and said, Arby's, huh? What a dick. Like, how are you getting exposure friend like that?
Seriously.
Cody's such a dick. Anyway, Just Prime was saying, with me as her WWE manager, Julia will be over. Well, because what you would do is you would showcase her strengths and you would hide her weaknesses. That's what any good promoter or booker does with the talent that they like. That's why I always put over 90s Paul Heyman, because he was great at taking people and really showing off their strengths and their weakness and hiding their weaknesses. So I think you do good, man. Just go with the anime pimp. It's right there.
The anime pimp. There you go, man.
Oh yeah.
With Paul Heyman and his damn music, it's like, did he have to use mainstream music? Like, what was he thinking?
Well, it was before the time of really the FTC coming down on a lot of people for music use. It was right before that point. I want to say they really started coming down in 97, 98. But yeah, before that, a lot of people were using all sorts of rock music on their shit. It really doesn't make sense to me. That's why I really fucking hate Lars Ulrich. Because of that LimeWire bullshit, he's the reason we have this bullshit right now where we can't even have 10 seconds of a licensed song on a YouTube stream without getting flagged. Because of that fucking dork.
I know, dude. Well, remember Rosemary used to come out to Nobodies by Marilyn Manson? Mm-hmm. And they were doing that up until 2017, and then they just kiboshed it as soon as they sold to Anthem. It's I get it. I get why they're doing that, but it's like, God, man, it's like when you have that mainstream music into it, it adds a lot. It does. It feels like when you take that out, you're taking out a lot of the spectacle in a way.
No, true. Well, they're finding workarounds on the indies. So, for that produce show that we were showing off on the news or whatever,
I watched some of it.
They had a guy named Cody Chun. I don't know if you know who he is, Asian dude, but he comes out to "Zombie" by Cranberries, and the whole crowd is singing the song without a single song over the radio. I mean, it's innovative. I'll give them that. Doesn't make me want to listen to the "Zombie" by Cranberries, but whatever, it all works.
No, well, and that's the thing too with that produce company. It's an indie fed where they're trying a little bit more than your average indie promoter. I will give them that. To me,
You know what it reminded me of is have you ever watched any of the recent West Coast Pro?
I've seen some of it. Yeah,
it definitely had a West Coast Pro meets GCW without the deathmatch type of vibe going on.
It did, yeah. No, it definitely did. I mean, some of the video packages they did were good. I liked how they had the live band playing on stage. I didn't like it. I didn't like the very end. You had that crack addict, toothless bum coming out. He's like, this is dropping F words everywhere. He's like, F this, F that, F you. I'm the effing greatest. I'm talking about God, what's his name?
Nick fucking Gage coming out here all cracked out of his fucking head, looking like a fucking crackhead piece of shit, looking like CM Punk's dealer. And that's the biggest thing about him, is he's like, this is Nick fucking Gage. Trans fucking rights, bitch. You got a fucking problem with homosexuals? You got a fucking problem with me. Slice your ass in the fucking alley, bitch. MD fucking K. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you can't make trans rights sound gangsta. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Especially when you look like that. It's like, hey,
Right.
buddy, I'll challenge you to a boxing match. Okay, how about that?
I remember watching him.
No
Remember
gloves.
we were watching him in the fucking what was that, the CZW Tournament of Death. He got his ass beat by that fat Kevin Owens fucker in the first round. That dude beat the shit out of him. He made Nick Gage look like a little bitch. Say that much.
Because he's not. It's like, just because you could like get like light tubes cracked over your head does not mean you can actually like win a fight.
He used to be a lot bigger. I would have.
Sure.
He was more marketable when he came out of prison and he was lifting some weights. Like ever since he's been out, he's just a skinny old fucking meth addict. So yeah, not much there. Trent, I said, can you imagine an argument between Dave and Cornette about how a wrestler should look? I could see both of them would just roast each other. It would be one of those things with Cornette just being in a violent rage, screaming at Dave for all his terrible wrestling opinions. And then it would be Dave just thinking he's more intelligent, knows way more about wrestling than Jim. And that would probably piss Jim off even more. Just saying.
I would love to see it.
Yes. Maybe later. Who knows? I've never heard of Rusty Cage. I saw he's got a YouTube channel. I'll have to check out his shit. It looks like the guy who does Twin Peaks. Chapter was saying China 2000 or Rhea Ripley now.
China
I'd say China 2000.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because personally, I think when a woman gets like a lot of tattoos, especially over tender areas like her boobs or her butt or around her cooch or above her stomach, like anywhere tender, it makes them look ugly. She's gotten way too many tattoos. She's got really sinewy. I don't think too many tattoos on chicks are attractive. Just saying. To each their own, though.
Well, like for me, it gets to a point where it's like it's too much.
Yeah.
It's like how many tattoos are you gonna freaking get? I mean, come on, like hey, you know what? If that's your personal expression, whatever, fine, totally fine. But it's like it gets like when it gets ridiculous looking, it's like, come on,
Sure thing. No, I agree with you, man. I agree. That's what it is with Rhea. You could tell she's getting like 5 new tattoos a year.
Okay, so to help answer
real quick, happy birthday, Truth.
Happy birthday, man.
All right,
Congrats.
what's up, man? I'm sorry, what's up?
All right, so the whole China thing, right? So I'm gonna pull up the picture of China.
Sure. Wow.
China 2000.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Look how fucking just you could see why she did Playboy. Like this woman, she got the right surgery done. She's got that physical charisma going. Well, and that's the thing too. Is like a lot taller than Rhea. Like this is a tall woman. She was like what, 5'10". Rhea's like what, 5'5". Make her look bigger on TV. I'll tell you that much.
Let me do a juxtaposition here. Oh Jesus, yeah. Oh my God, bro, you weren't kidding with like China, the way she looked before the whole facial feminization surgery. Look at this. I'm pulling it up here.
Looks like fucking Lou Ferrigno with a wig on. It's like, what the hell?
Yeah. Jesus, see, like,
wow. But even then, like, I would have to say that is not by much, but it's objectively hotter than Michael Lockwood. Not by much, but
yeah, because you could see in the eyes, like everything else but the eyes looks mannish. Like,
that's what I'm
saying.
You
see what I'm talking about here?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought she had pretty eye. Like, I could tell from the eyes that's a woman,
Right.
But yeah, I will give her all the credit in the world for taking the criticism backstage and not to heart. She took it as like, hey, they want to see me at my best. And that's how she became one of the top females of all time, was peer pressure. I hate to say it. Maybe Michael Lockwood could be one of those females too. Maybe she's got the drive. Who knows?
Maybe. From what I could see from Michael Lockwood, she seems like the kind of chick where it's like, yeah, she knows how she looks, but she takes it in stride. Okay. The problem that I have in WWE now is Triple H like, no, don't change a thing. Go out there looking like a pig beast from Doom. Go out there and look like shit. Scare the dicks off the men in the crowd. That's what he's probably thinking. And I'm like, dude, no.
With him, it's more of he looks at it like, okay, the people nowadays, the fans that are left that I made are a bunch of fucking liberal weirdos that don't endorse fat shaming or body shaming or ugly shaming or any of that shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and give her a shot. And trust me, especially with how uglified Rhea got, Natalia being on the main roster, he'll throw her. Trust me, he'll throw her away. Look how long Shayna and Zoe Starks were on the main roster and push.
God, I know.
So I'm just saying, she'll get her shot. What it all comes down to is how hard of a worker she is and what she's willing to do for the company. And she seems like a people pleaser. I hate to say it. I think she's going to be in a top spot in the company.
Probably will. Yeah.
I hate to say it because she seems like a hard worker, and simply because of that.
Well, she's a hard worker. She's Undertaker's chosen girl, so I mean, he was getting
too.
all lovey-dovey, like those hungry eyes looking at her. He was like, "Oh my god, oh my god, look at those lats."
Well, look at that double chin, and I can't decide. I got
hungry eyes.
So Joey was saying, the meme elite on Facebook is one of the worst groups. When not glazing AEW, they post inappropriate pics of women wrestlers.
Of course.
That's how they are, man. It's like, there's a reason why they're called sickos. And I love it how Tony just pretty much took that term and ran with it. He knows how fucked in the head his fan base is, and he doesn't run from it. He's like, dude, they're insane. They are fucking insane, and I'm going to own up to it and accept it.
See, my question is like, okay, so normally, like, the smart thing to do when you have something like that is you take advantage of that, and, like, you put it on a t-shirt. So you take that saying sicko and you put it on a t-shirt. Now, my question is if Tony Khan is smart, if he's not, would he put that phrase on a t-shirt and then sell it at the AEW shop? So I'm going to look right now, and if I don't see it on there, I'm going to make fun of him.
I could have sworn that they had sicko merchandise for the sickos. Maybe I'm hallucinating something.
Looking.
But you would have figured that they would have had a shirt that says for the sickos at the very least.
Well, right now I'm looking, they have a shirt that says in like big white letters, "I'm a smart mark client," but like when you really look at it, it says, "I'm a client of Smart Mark Sterling." Okay, so
oh my god. The more I hear about the AEW t-shirts, the more I'm like, whoa, they have the worst t-shirt company in all of wrestling.
Oh my god, dude.
MM Garza was saying it was funny seeing the fans, appreciate it, Garza. It was funny seeing the fans' reaction when Liv beat up Io. They should have Liv win, then Stephanie appears out of nowhere, then attacks Liv and races the title, showing she has unfinished business with her.
Yes.
Spot on. Yeah, not for sure.
Yes.
Well, because nobody wants to see Io at the top anymore. At least with Liv and Stephanie. One thing I liked about their feud is it seemed like there was heat there. It seemed like those women didn't like each other. And that's the good thing too. Is like sometimes when wrestlers don't like each other, it can translate into a really good match, because they get physical and they're not holding back and they're like, dude, I'm going to one up you, that type of shit. So that's the good thing about Liv and Steph is there's some heat there. And whenever there's heat and it's done right, it can make for a really good feud. So I'd be cool to see Stephanie and Liv again. I'm just like, we're so sick and tired of Io. I will say this much. We're watching ECW right now. They got fucking Brian Lee and Tommy Dreamer brawling out in the parking lot. They went outside the building. They're just bashing each other's heads on cars. We need to go back to this type of shit. This is what I miss the most about ECW is when they would take it in the streets.
See, I miss it too. I'm going to look, like, we're fans of Tekla and all, but like they came up with the shirt. I got to show you this.
Talking about the Made in Japan one?
No.
One. Okay. So
yeah, you want to see some fucking dorky shit? Oh, hold up,
please. Yeah, no, for sure, I do. But yeah, Garza, as you were saying, I'm cool with Liv and Steph, but more likely what we're probably gonna get sometime after SummerSlam is Liv versus Roxy. I think they're gonna do Friendship and Betrayal real soon.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, and it's unfortunate because like I do feel like there's a little bit of unfinished business with Stephanie Vaquer and Liv.
Yeah, definitely. So
all
while
right.
you're go for it. I'm sorry.
I got it.
Love it. Yes. Yeah, to answer your question to Chief of Brazil, yes, there are a lot of those M's replaced with the F word. A lot of those, and we had to deal with them. And yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad a lot of the people out there enjoyed it. We'll be bringing it to you guys at least once a month. So look forward to that on our Rumble channel. We got exclusive content coming on Rumble every single week. Tomorrow we got an Esoteric Exposed. Haven't decided on the movie yet, but you can watch it with us live. And it's not like one of those things where I put the link in the description, you watch it in another browser. No, you can literally watch it on the screen while we comment. So yeah, it's fun. Can't wait to see you guys.
Absolutely. Well, and we just really get to have a lot of fun over there, and hopefully you guys join us over there. Go ahead and subscribe to our Rumble channel. Yeah, we're really trying to build it up. It's something that we want to really develop and build up, in, something that will always be there. It's like, God forbid, if anything happens, we'll always be on Rumble. So if you guys could just subscribe to that channel, we'd greatly appreciate it. It would help us big time. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well, and the great thing is, too, about Rumble, a lot of people have been saying, I love WFBI because it reminds me of TWRP back in 2019. Back before YouTube started being weird, pretty much. No, back when there was less restrictions and we could pretty much be ourselves. That's the biggest thing. A lot of times when we're on live on MISC or whatever, we have to be on our toes. We have to watch, can I say this? Can I say that? We say whatever we want there, pretty much. There are a little bit of restriction, but, nothing like it is on YouTube. So we love that freedom, man.
It's awesome to have, man. It really is. And it allows us to be ourselves, to be the version of TWRP that people want. And, it's...
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Joey was saying, could say sicko is short for sycophant. I agree, considering a lot of these fans are elephants. But nah, yeah, I agree with the word sycophant. No, for sure. It fits.
It'd be funny to have like a picture of like an elephant in a straight jacket on there.
With some glasses on, and they got like fucking Cheeto dust on their straight jacket. Hell yeah, dude.
That's a great idea.
Yes.
An elephant is a neck beard. Oh, I love it.
Nice. Christopher was saying, I recently got verified on X via a premium plus deal I bought for the summer. And I'm thinking of writing an article on the state of pro wrestling and solutions on how to fix the business. Yeah, man. If you, because that's the thing is, I will say Elon, he gives money to people that have a good article, and if you have a really good article, then you'll get paid very well from him. So it's something. With me personally, I had to get rid of my ex today. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cancel.
You
each their own, man. Yeah, it's each their own, man. It's like, well, it was one of those things we found out that with X live streaming to it, it really took a chunk away from our YouTube and Rumble viewership.
Yes.
So we're just going to stream mostly to just YouTube and Rumble now and really take care of those channels. X I'll still use for promotion, all that. I was just like, really, I was paying $11 a month for, I guess, getting my post boost, but I don't post that much nowadays. So, whatever. Anyways, I've got my use out of it. So,
there you go, man.
But no hate if you're doing it for a good reason. Much love. So the Chief said, thoughts on science-based lifting. It can work. I mean, I know Mesger was talking about like how the best way really to lift is just to be slow and deliberate with your motions and really force the most out of your muscle fiber.
Mm-hmm.
And just really like, because a lot of people at the gym, they'll take these weights and they'll just sling them up like, go slow, go nice and slow, and really feel that burn, really feel, especially on the come up, when you're coming up with it, that's when you really got to torque it. So I think it works. Science-based lifting, it's scientific for a reason, man. Because even look at the resistance bands, that shows you right there. That's what it really takes, is just the right amount of resistance.
Yeah, man, there you go. I mean, it works for me. I can speak, for myself, using resistance bands. You get the 200-pound resistance band, you pull it up, it works. It really does, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but I've even tried that too. Like, when I do my barbell curls, what I'll do is when I'm coming down, when I'm dropping it down, I just go extra slow. When I'm lifting it up, normal speed. When I'm coming down,
oh, shit.
They'll take me a little bit longer, but fuck it. It feels a lot better. Oh, did I cut out there? Oh, I cut out. There's JC. There he is. All right. You still there, man?
I'm still there, yeah. I don't know what happened. I think it may have timed out my connection or something, but yeah, I'm back.
It was on my end too. It was weird. Like just when yours clipped out, mine clipped out at the same time. That was weird.
Weird, dude. Weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Weird. Anyways, so yeah, they're showing this bloody ass match with Tommy Dreamer. He's covered, soaked in blood. Now you got the Harris brothers coming in with a guitar and just beating the shit out of him. This is the thing about Tommy Dreamer is he's been a punching bag his entire pro wrestling career. Doesn't matter if he's a booker or if it's in the ring.
And now he's soaked in tears, so, you know.
Yes.
Au revoir, Tommy Dreamer. You can't horribly book the women's division or the men's division in TNA anymore, so here you go. Apparently, for people who are wondering, like, why, like, Tessa Blanchard was not being booked better in TNA,
right?
Tommy Dreamer was too cautious. Apparently, according to, so there's this guy, Negative BQ, who's got a YouTube channel that covers TNA.
Okay.
Apparently, he's got connections, and one of the things he was saying is that apparently Tommy Dreamer was scared to book Tessa, even though AMC loved Tessa and wanted her booked better.
What a fucking dork. Like, and that's the
I
thing
know.
too. He should be more scared for his own self with all these women coming out, you know, and trying to Me Too him after he got fired.
Right.
He should be scared for his own ass. He shouldn't be thinking about, oh, will the fans not like me if I book Tessa? Who gives a shit what these fucking fans think? That's the biggest thing. I am almost to the point of just coming up with a company and booking all canceled wrestlers as long as they're not sex pests. As long as you
Right.
don't fucking go around and do weird sexual shit, I'll book you, dude. I'm at this point. Because it's like I'm so sick and tired of these fans thinking they have power over people trying to make money on the business. There's a reason why the indies are dying. It's because of the shitty fan base and because you keep on canceling wrestlers. There's no money in wrestling anymore and you're not making it any much better.
No, and that's the thing, man. It's like you can't, especially when they've kept their nose clean. Like what's better to me than, like, because people are like, oh, I Tessa didn't actually publicly make an apology. Well, number one, Tessa doesn't know you shit. Number two, to me, actions speak louder than words. And the fact that there have not been any reports of her doing or saying anything racist in the past 5 years, to me, is the better. It's way worth its weight in gold, way more than her making a public apology. Because she's actually walking the walk. She's not being racist, and there's no evidence that she's been racist since she was accused of the whole La Rosa Negra incident. So, which was like, what, 6 years ago, 7 years ago? It was a long fucking time ago. People change. You judge people based, yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but what really bugs me is the fact that La Rosa Negra even said that she has forgiven her and it's put behind them. So if the person affected, the victim, has forgiven the attacker, or whatever the fuck you want to call her, if she's forgiven her, what the fuck are we still going on about?
Good question. Good question. What are we going on about? I mean, like, I don't get why we got to have talents like her, you know, banished and relegated to some shitty Mexican fed. You know, it's like you can't. It's like talents like that should be in WWE or at the very least AEW. It's ridiculous.
Ooh,
you know, I mean, yeah, we still have M by Elegance, who's a good talent in my opinion. I think she's good in the ring, good on the mic, looks like a star. Granted, but you don't want to be losing talents like Tessa, man.
No, and they're going to keep their youth. Oh, that was a pretty cool move. So Brian Lee, what
yeah.
he did is he took Tommy Dreamer and choke slammed him off the top of what they call the Raven's Nest. It's like this little lifted area. Choke slammed him off the top of that, put him through 2 tables. He's covered in blood. Like, it took a hardcore moment and really gave you emotional investment behind it. So look at this choke slam. Fucking, oh, brutal. Brutal. Yeah, you don't see shit like that anymore. Does Joey Ryan deserve another chance? You know what? I know this might be controversial. I think he does. And the reason I say that is because I've been seeing what he says recently on X. The guy has turned his life over to Christ.
Yeah.
He's been a Christian for over a year now. He really wants redemption. This guy has been fired from 2 different fucking jobs because of these smarks. Now, granted, he did some fucked up shit in the past.
Sure.
I'm not going to disregard that. But at the same time, if he is willing to turn his life over to Christ, ask for repentance, and really show what he can do. I mean, the guy's a good promoter. I'll give him that. Not quite my cup of tea with PWG, but he knows how to run a company.
No, he really does. And so, like, I agree, man. It's like if he's turned his life over, he's not doing the fucked up shit anymore. He's a good guy now. It's just give him a second chance, man. If he's earning it, if he's walking the walk, then give him a second chance. And that's one thing I can't stand about SGWs is they don't believe in second chances. If you make one mistake when you're 13, like Kendall Gray, Oh my God, they'll beat you over the head with it until you submit to them. Honestly, that's all it is. It's all about submission and power. At the end of the day, is they want to have power over these performers, these actors, celebrities, whoever. They want power over them because they're fucking pathetic wastes of human life that haven't really done anything, and they just want to have power over people. It's disgusting. It really is.
Well, I agree. I totally agree with you because it's a situation where I feel these wrestlers don't black out your account, don't delete your social media, don't show them that they affect you. That's the biggest thing I would say to the wrestlers is don't care what the fuck they think, don't care about their insults, don't care about their pointless death threats. They're never gonna come through with on it. When's the last time you heard about a wrestler getting offed by a fan? It has not happened.
No. I mean, maybe back in the '80s, where it's like, who killed Bruiser Brody? I think that was another wrestler. Yeah,
that was another wrestler. Yeah. So that happened over in Puerto Rico in a bathroom. So I think that's a different story. But yeah, it's like, when's the last time that a wrestler actually was killed by a fan, or even mortally wounded by a fan? You know,
it's been a while. Like, it's been a long while since that's happened.
Yeah, just saying. I mean, I would say to all these wrestlers out there, carry with you a taser, some sort of personal protection, some sort of mace. Always be prepared wherever you go, whatever you do. Because if these fans, if they're going to take a step, just warn them and say, hey, I will spray you in the face if you invade my privacy.
Yeah, man. Like, like we've been telling them for a while, man. Get a security detail. Like, is it that much money for WWE to get your top star security details? I don't think it should be. Like, Liv Morgan can't have security from that psycho guy. I mean, come on.
Well, and we only really saw Vince McMahon do that in certain situations. Like, and he wouldn't go out and tell people about it. We had to find out afterwards that Sonya Deville had like a private security detail that Vince McMahon paid for. You know, and he was a very private guy about a lot of shit. Even when he helped out wrestlers, you know, pay for the medical bills, he didn't go around saying, hey, I paid for the medical bills, I'm such a great guy. He just did it because they needed shit done. You know, it's a good dude like that. But,
Absolutely.
yeah, no, it's a situation where I feel like, you know, it's just, I don't know. I just think people aren't just looking at the big picture of it all, you know?
No, they're not.
A lot of bullshit going
wink, wink, yeah.
Yeah. Super Bob said 2028, I'll be going full retro gaming. Sony lost their rapid ass minds.
Good.
And I don't blame you. I think a lot of people are going to be with you, Super Bob. I don't think you're going to be by yourself on that. I think a lot of people are going to be tired of that shit. Well, not only that, but I think it's going to have a counter effect. It's going to drive a lot of people to Nintendo. It's going to drive a lot of people to Xbox. I think it's going to even maybe drive people to Sega if they're making their new console. You know, if those rumors are true, you'll have a lot of, and with physical cartridges, I know I'll buy that shit. If Sega's putting out a new console with physical cartridges, I will definitely buy that shit. I saw the remake of Crazy Taxi. Looks pretty cool. I'll give them that. So who knows? Maybe Sega has some good shit up their sleeve.
Maybe they do, man. I mean, there's a market for it for sure. So, like, I'm of the belief of, like, if there's a market for it, there's going to be a business that will take advantage of it. Of that demand, and so, like, I could just see Sega doing that. I could see PlayStation or these companies coming up with, you know, some form of, like, because, like, I get what they're doing of, like, it's a way to save money, but the problem with it is that it's going to piss off a lot of gamers, and it's going to make retro gaming even more important than it is now. You know.
True. No, and Alexander, thank you. He knows a lot about Puerto Rico. Right. And the scene over there. Thank you for clarifying that. So, yeah, it was Invader #1. It was in the shower. Brody was a tough guy, though. I'll give him that. I mean, yeah, crazy situation going on there. But, yeah, it's been a long time since, Roddy Piper got stabbed by a grandma out in the crowd. There was that one time. I want to say Triple H. Didn't Triple H get attacked in an airport once?
He did. I believe, yeah.
All right. Oh, Crazy Taxi is awesome. That to me is one of my favorite Dreamcast games. Just still one of the greatest games of all time when it comes to racing.
That was a fun game, man.
Hell yeah. One thing I like about ECW is the pace. Like, because if they're not having, like, violent matches, they got, like, cool promos. They got, they're showing what happened at events in the past. You know, they're always trying to sell you on something.
Well, but like what you said about the pace is that the pacing is
yes.
It's not like 20 minute, they don't do that. They don't drag down the pace. They understood the importance of, hey, we have a young audience. That young audience is not going to have the like even back in the 90s, man, attention spans were shrinking even back then, and Paul Heyman knew that. But it's like now it's like they don't care. And that's a shame, man. It really is, because like I think they're really driving away a lot of young people that could be watching the product now, but they're like, pacing is too slow, characters are boring. I'm going to tune out,
Well, and that's the thing too, is like, if you believe what the IWC says, wrestling's better than it's ever been because of the
Right.
in-ring work rate. And when you actually watch the show, you're like, what the fuck are these fucking idiots talking about? This is the most boring, stupid shit ever. Like, if you try to sit through Raw, that's one thing. Try to sit through SmackDown. It's It's infuriating. I would rather honestly sit through NXT than SmackDown with how bad it is.
See, I got a little.
To each their own.
Yeah.
I haven't checked it. I saw the link that you sent me, man, and that's cool. I'm gonna check it out. Probably after the show. But I like that shit, and that's what I like about the Vault is they put a lot of that shit, like tag matches and house shows that you never thought you'd see. They put that shit on the Vault all the time. So yeah, no, I'll check it out, man. I'll let you know what I think, but looks cool. VHS said, speaking of games, have y'all talked about the bullcrappery from Sony and the no physical games anymore rumor? Yeah, we were just discussing that. Super Bob was bringing it up. And if that's true too, where Xbox is not doing physical as well, basically they're giving all the money to Nintendo. I think a lot of people will turn to Nintendo and Sega if they come up with a physical console. They're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. I'm sure a lot of people will just, keep on buying digital and say, yeah, if you don't buy digital, you're a fucking brokey or whatever, They'll say the same cope stupid shit that they always do. But all the smart ones, I think they're going to be going to Steam machines. They're going to be going to Switches. They're going to be going to Segas. I say that even with Steam Machine, I know it's not physical releases and all that, just to pirate. I think a lot of people are going to be looking at pirating once that shit goes down. More so than what they already did. Because don't get me wrong, we got a lot of people pirating. If you make everything all digital, you're like asking for everybody to just go to PC and just do it that way,
Oh, totally, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, we got New Jack coming out. To the mind of a maniac, doomed to be a killer since I bum out the nutsack.
Well, that's why I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it low.
Yep.
Like Paul Hammond, he plays a copyrighted song every 10 seconds.
You speak about a guy who could have got like super massively over in the Attitude Era WWE. You take that theme song, you take New Jack, and you put him in like 1998 Raw. Him and Stone Cold. Oh, by the promo. Oh,
from everything that I heard, Natural Born Killers was Dr. Dre.
Yes.
So no, like it, from everything that I heard about what was going on with Vince McMahon, because what he did is he had him try out for a dark match on Sunday Night Heat, and he apparently wasn't too big of a fan of his work rate. I think a lot of that was Jim Cornette putting salt in the wound, and because Jim Cornette racist fucking idiot. So I think it had a lot to do with Jim Cornette saying he's not fucking safe, he's dangerous, he can't fucking work. So it probably was that, but I think just Vince got this thing from him where he felt like he couldn't handle him,
He's a loose cannon.
Exactly.
He's a loose cannon. And I'm thinking to myself, it's like Vince, like that to me, like, because you look at that time period back then, what were like over in the cultural zeitgeist? Okay, South Park was over, Simpsons was over, Jackass was over, Jerry Springer was over, gangster rap was over, badass characters like Stone Cold were over, Pam Anderson was over, A Pimp with Hose was like all of these things, and I feel like that could have been like another piece of the puzzle of like another piece of like, they can. Of like the people are gonna of like that 18 to 25-year-old male audience, that would have been like another thing that would have helped put the Attitude Era over the top. At the very least, you would have gotten a great mic worker in New Jack, bare minimum.
Yeah, and I don't get me wrong. I know New Jack was in Smoky Mountain, but I think that he might have left a bad taste on Jim Cornette heading out. Especially because Smoky Mountain didn't last too long. So I'm not sure if you saw the KO brackets for the tournament, for the KO mid-card knockouts tournament.
Yeah.
So I don't mind the brackets. I was looking at it, I was like, okay, you got some talent in there for I didn't think they could get 16 women before they found they're bringing in Gabby Forza. So she's the wife of Bear Bronson. I've seen some shit from her before. She's got personality. She's an SJW, but she's like the flowery, nice SJW. She's not like screaming in your face dickhead SJW. So
no.
She's all right,
With her, I will say the whole, like, I get where the whole because, like, she's Italian, so, like, the whole, like, some relative in Italy called her, like, Il Nomi, and then she's like, you know what, I'm going to call myself the homie Nomi thing. I get it, but, like, when you're that, like, because, like, you take the Nomi away when the match starts, she's tough as fuck, she's powerful, she's got all that. I would lean more into that. I would like eschew the fucking Nomi shit, the goofball shit, and focus on, okay, this bitch is like a fucking badass powerhouse. Like that's what I would, feature her as in TNA. So that you can at least take her seriously.
It's indie, bro. Like, because you know what it reminds me of is Chris Statlander, a big, powerful fucking bitch with a goofy gimmick. That's essentially what it is.
Like, because I saw Gabby Forza having a match against one of the Prince guys, like one of the guys that was in JCW that were just signed to AEW. She was having a match with this guy in some like Knights of Columbus Hall, and like the fucking like he's like throwing her all over the place, like throws her off the top rope, her head smacks the mat. She's continuing on with the match. She had to have had at least a stinger, something. I mean, this bitch is tough. She's tough as nails. I'll give her that. So I feel like they should lean more into that direction for her, but. The whole the homie Nomi bullshit, it's too goofy. I mean, if you're gonna make her the fucking knockouts champion, you gotta have some believability and seriousness on that. You can't have it be all, And
maybe that'll be like maybe once if she does win the tournament or gets in the finals or whatever, that's like the precipice for her to gain more of an edge. Who knows? Now for me, I think that they should either do a feud or a tag team with Jody Threat, because those two would fucking just be tossing bitches around like beach balls.
Good idea.
Yeah.
So who would you want to win that tournament out of everybody in it?
You know what? Can you do me a favor? If you could. Pull it up, please. Yeah, because I have a very fuzzy image of the brackets in my head. But yeah, if you could pull that up, we could be more precise.
Right
Super Bob says people will be crying when they can't access their digital library on console. Now, people are already crying at the fact that this DRM bullshit, where if they're not on this, if they don't log onto their system for more than 30 days, they run the chance of losing a license for one of their games that they downloaded. That you have to go online, use internet. So a lot of people are crying about that. But yeah, once they can't access their library, you're gonna have people getting mad, threatening lawsuits, even though they signed the terms and agreement and agreed to this shit, you're going to have a lot of upset Sony fanboys. For a company that did their best, I think, to really get the gaming fan base. Because Sony was they've been kings for the longest time. Ever since PS2, really, they've been the kings. Well, so if they ruin goodwill and ruin, that many generations of PlayStation, that's bad.
Well, no, it really is, and like this is only going to make emulators more popular, and this is what I'm a huge fan of emulators, even the portable emulators that you can get. You like $20, $30, $40, and they're decent, man. They can play all your favorite games, PlayStation, N64, PS2, PSP. They're fucking awesome. I got one for like $25. I'm glad I did. It's freaking awesome. Okay, so you were asking about the tournament bracket?
Yes, please. Okay, let me go ahead and drop this real quick.
Yeah, no worries, man.
All right, so we got Indy, we got Vicky Venuto, we got Harley Hudson, Tia Hale, Elena Black, Wendy Chu, M by Elegance, Rosemary, Jade Stone, Alicia Edwards, Jody Threat, Gabby Force. Go figure, they have Jody versus Gabby in the first round.
Makes sense.
Mara Sade, Tasha Steeles, Heather by Elegance, and Allie. Well, if I'm going for my personal pick to make a new star out of the company, I'd go with Elena Black.
See, I like it. I like Elena Black. For me personally, I got to tell you, man, I am 100% sold on M by Elegance. I've seen her work in the ring, her promos. She looks like a supermodel. She's got confidence. Like she's the total package that you would want, in my opinion. I would love it if she won, but quite frankly, where I think they're going, man, I think it's going to be probably Indy Hartwell versus Mara Sade is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're going to go with Indy Hartwell. They
no,
just cannot.
yeah,
Yeah.
they love her. They love that.
Yeah.
No, if you're asking me who I think is gonna win, it's Indy. If you're asking
Yeah.
me who I want to win, it's Elena Black. But no, I know
No,
TNA
same
and
here.
their
Yeah,
shitty.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, and absolutely, I know TNA and their shitty management, and I know how much they love Indy Hartwell, and I'll never see what they see.
No.
Maybe she's a dirt cheap talent that like is really a people pleaser backstage. She comes across as a mark bitch to me, but maybe I'm wrong. Who knows?
With Indy Hartwell, I just don't see the hype with Indy Hartwell. I don't get it. I see her in ring. It sucks. Her promos suck. She's got no charisma. She looks bland. Like, to me, she's like a 5 out of 10 at best in every regard. At least with M by Elegance, she looks good, bare minimum. She's good in the ring, good on the mic. I don't see why. And Tommy Dreamer comes out and he says, my plan, I was going to book her as the top champion in the cup. I was going to book her as the Knockouts champion in 2027. I'm like, yeah, right, buddy. Sure you were. Sure you were. You weren't doing anything to position her in that regard, but sure, you were going to do that. Sure, okay.
You know who I'm shocked is not in this tournament? Maybe they might show up at the very end in like maybe a swap spot. Charlie. I'm surprised they haven't put Dakota Kai in here. Maybe I'm thinking she's going to show up in TNA real soon, especially if they bring in Road Dogg. Expect her within that month.
Yeah, with her, man, it's like for her, I don't hate her. It's just like she's background noise to me. It's like she's like Yeah.
Well, my thing with Indy is like, why are you wearing assless chaps and you have no ass? It makes no sense.
Yeah, Indy Fartwell, man. I don't get why they're positioning her as the next big thing, especially when you just got better talents. And it's like in this bracket right now. Okay, Jody Threat's a better talent. Gabby Forza is a better talent, in my opinion. Mara Shade is a better talent. Tasha Steelz is a better talent. Heather's a better talent. Allie's not that great in the ring, I'll be real. She's good eye candy and she's got a quirky personality, but yeah. Rosemary, way too old past her prime. I wouldn't do it. M by Elegance, I push her to the moon. Wendy Chu, like, that's a chick that I think should be in TNA full-time and should be built up. Elena Black, same deal. Tia Hill, not bad looking, has energy to her, but I wouldn't be pushing her to the top anytime soon. Harley Hudson, no. Vicky Venuto, no.
Who the fuck is Vicky Venuto? That's the one I had never fucking heard of.
She's some indie chick they brought in.
Yeah. She ain't no Gabby, huh?
Vicky Venuto, like she's attractive, but like there's nothing to her really, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, now, I could be wrong about that. But yeah.
Well, one thing I will say about this bracket is at least you have a good combination of young talent and veterans. It's
right.
I will say this is one of the better female brackets that I've seen for a company. Like it. Even better than the AEW's fucking women's Owen Hart tournament. So not too shabby, I'll say that much.
Well, I'll put it this. Oh no, I'll just put it this way real quick. So I'll put it this way.
Sure.
For me, I'm going to give Hunter Johnson a chance. I have a preconceived notion about how he's going to book, but I'm willing to be proven wrong, man. I'm going to give him a chance. This Thursday, or when we're done with the Thursday show, I'm going to be watching JCW and I'm going to be watching Impact, and I'm going to see if they're doing anything different. If they're not doing anything different, then fuck TNA. But if they're doing things different and the booking is better, the shows are better, cool.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we got a show on Thursday, but we'll see what we can watch. So yeah, who on the current roster ends up on Dark Side of the Ring? Oof. I think honestly, I think we're gonna see something about Rhea Ripley and her panic attacks, probably like 10 years, 20 years down the line. And you know what? I found out something interesting the other day. That's why they had that big ass bag of Sour Patch Kids backstage, because for whatever reason, like whenever you're in a panic attack mode or you're having severe bouts of anxiety, go ahead and take sour candy. And what that does is it throws it because of the different flavor, it throws off your fear. And it puts you in a different mind state. So that's like when you saw backstage CM Punk digging into that big bag of Sour Patch. That's why.
Oh. I mean, me personally, like if I'm gonna have a sour candy, anybody remember those Warheads?
Oh yeah, Warheads are great, man. Yeah,
the blue raspberry ones. Oh, those are good, man.
Oh yeah. Well, so I think Rhea's one. Who else do you got for Dark Side of the Ring out of modern?
You know what I would do with Dark Side of the Ring on? I think it'd get a lot of people talking. I think you could bring in Liv for this. You could bring in Sonya Deville for this. Maybe even Rhea for this. I would do a Dark Side of the Ring about like these women and like how they're dealing with their stalkers. I think that would be interesting.
That'd be another fun one too, especially the stalkers taking it too close. That'd be fun.
Like the toll that it takes on them, like what they're going through, like how they're dealing with these stalkers and all that. I think that'd be interesting. I really do.
I posted a picture of me in a bikini. How dare they objectify me?
Right.
You can already see where it's gonna go.
Oh yeah.
So, Butt Troll was saying, can we just all admit there's too many fucking tournaments? It's Tony Clown's wet dream.
Yeah, that's true.
The reason why I've always had such a distaste for tournaments is because it's the laziest fucking shit. It's bad enough that the modern style is so paint by numbers and lazy as fuck. What a tournament says to me is I don't have any plans at the top of the card. I don't have any plans in the main event. Let's just fucking throw out a tournament out there. We'll kill up time. It will give us a number one contender, and there you go. It's lazy.
It's lazy, and it pisses me off that so many people do it as well. Like it's just a very lazy way to reset things. Now, the whole thing with I made a tweet and I got a lot of fucking retards coming after me on X about the whole because I was saying pretty much the whole Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins thing didn't make any sense, and people say, yeah, but they have 14 days to hit 3, and I'm like they're just shoehorning it out of nowhere. And they'll be like, no, but Seth was talking about he wanted a title shot. Okay, he may have wanted a title shot, but I'm pretty sure there's a ton of other people on that roster that want a title shot as well. How the hell is it fair to just grant Seth the title shot out of nowhere when he just comes out and asks for one? Why isn't every wrestler then coming out and asking for one? And so I was thinking to myself, I'm like, you know what? Without doing a tournament, without doing any of that, let's make it make sense. Okay, so what we do is this. Roman says, okay, I'm a different guy now. That Shield guy that you were with was an insecure kid in the industry. I'm not that guy anymore. And by the way, and the bloodline is better than the Shield and all that. I'm not that guy anymore. I don't care about that. And so Seth is trying to convince him. And then what you have to do is okay, all right, Seth, I'll give you what you want. But it's going to be you versus Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso versus Jacob Fatu, and then me in a steel cage at SummerSlam. If you win, you'll earn my respect. I'll leave you alone. If you lose, we're coming after you. Every Raw, every car, every airport, every grocery store, at your home, nowhere will be safe from the bloodline beating you down.
Not bad, man. But my whole thing is, why would a guy like Roman give a fucking scrub like Seth Rollins? Why would he?
Right.
Why would he give him the opportunity? That's my whole thing. I understand the buildup that you're going through. But it should be one of those things where Seth is doing all he can to get a title shot. And don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There would be some sort of story there if we didn't just have Obafemi win the King of the Ring. What happens every single year that somebody wins the King of the Ring? They get a title shot immediately. So far, we haven't heard nothing about that. We're putting it on pause just so we can have Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi.
So as I think about it, it's what I guess what it would be the meta story is it's teaching the roster a lesson of this is what they're going to make an example out of Seth. This is what's going to happen to you if you think you could just come out here and call a shot for the title. Almost create a chilling effect, kind of. So there's that. I guess that would play into it as well. At the very least, this is at least giving a logical reason for the match happening, why Roman would grant it, what the point of it is, what the meta point of it is. I feel like it's much more than just they have 14 years of history and the whole reason for the storyline or for the match was this is going to be Roman's chance to finally beat Seth Rollins. Why the fuck would Roman care? He's a Hollywood actor. He's a world champion. He's got his own faction. Why would he care? Logically, do these people think about this logically? Apparently they don't.
Well, and the only problem about, I like the motivation that you're trying to give to Seth Rollins. My only problem with that is if it's booked by Triple H, he will job out Jacob Fatu, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso all on the road up to Roman Reigns. He'll make Roman Reigns look weak and then have him barely win back the title, barely retain the title at the end.
So what I would do is this would all happen at SummerSlam. It's a gauntlet match. It's if you can beat Jimmy and Jey and Jacob and Roman in a steel cage, then you win the title, you earn our respect, we leave you alone. If you lose at any point in that match, even in Roman in the steel cage, then we're putting a mark on you, we're coming after you, we're going to beat the crap out of you, there'll be nowhere that's safe for you. And so now, and you have Seth lose this, and now you have a storyline building. Now Seth has to get people with him for Survivor Series to join him. He's got to convince Cody Rhodes. You don't just grant it automatically. He has to convince Cody Rhodes. He's got to convince CM Punk, and then maybe even convince Sami Zayn, because Sami was a part of the bloodline, to join them. And now you got a 4-on-4, and there you go. You got a storyline.
It's just a storyline I just don't give a shit about. Like that's my
Right.
whole thing
I
is
hear
like, well, and the main reason why is because you and I can both see that Seth Rollins was shoehorned in there.
Right.
And especially the frustrating part about it is it doesn't feel like there's proper build up to this.
No.
It doesn't feel like it feels like it's just slammed right in there, and
So-
we have to accept it because they have 14 years of history and they were in the Shield. Okay.
So see, like for me, like I like to like read like watch videos and like read about like writing and like different like writing techniques and like how to make a good story. The
Sure.
one thing that I keep coming back to over and over and over again, and you see this all the time, is you can't really have a good story without obstacles for the protagonist, for the main character. You have to have
Absolutely.
obstacles, like because it makes it interesting.
No, absolutely. You have to have obstacles, and that's one of the biggest things that Triple H really is frustrated with and doesn't understand is obstacles. He understands friendship and betrayal, and that's it. That's why everybody's a great tweener on the main roster. And that way, it's one of those things where we don't have to put an emphasis on a good babyface. Triple H, he doesn't make any effort to make a good babyface. Never has. He has Cody Rhodes cheat during matches. Jey Uso cheats during matches. Nobody's a pure babyface anymore. Last one we had was really John Cena. That's about it. So yeah, when you have a lowered bar like that, the expectations are a lot lower, and that's why we have the slop that we've been given, and trying to give it some legitimacy. You know, that's
Right.
And I would say it should be one of those. I firmly agree with you. He should definitely get an army together to battle the bloodline, because it should be, yeah, his mouth is running too much, and they're like, you know, you're gonna shut up, Seth.
Well, what they're doing, like, so my whole thing with this is they're making an example out of Seth of like, this is what's going to happen if you think you could come out here and call a title shot at any time. It's like a way, it's like Roman's way of like checking the roster of like saying, hey, you know what, this is what's going to happen. Use him as an example, like this is what's going to happen to you. And then the whole thing with the two is like, I would have. Like with the characters, like Cody's like, that's your thing, big boy. I don't want any of that smoke from the bloodline. Like, and you have like each character like that. You like Seth has to convince him, and that then creates a little bit of intrigue of like, how is Seth going to convince Cody? How is he going to convince CM Punk? How is he going to convince Sammy? How is he going to convince these people to join him? This at least makes a little bit of intrigue into the show. And this is something I'm coming with like at the top of my head.
Well, what you're going for is you're going for a very basic start up a feud, start up a rivalry, babyface versus heel shit. The problem with Seth is like, I don't even know if he's babyface or heel. They'll probably play him as a fucking heel anyways because they're dumbasses. You have to have some sort of impetus, and I can guarantee you, as long as Seth is by himself, he will be getting beat down. Like everything that you're saying will happen, just because there's no other device mechanism to go about. He's going to have to recruit people for Survivor Series. So, and this is too, is that it's not going to be just a one shot. We saw this with Jacob Fatu. He's going to drag this out for at least 3 to 4 months, probably past Survivor Series. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, and if he does, here's a storyline. But like so what would the impetus be? Like, what would be the driving motivation for like, why now? Why does Seth want it now? Why does it have to happen now? The answer is he got a doctor's diagnosis. The doctor's saying your career is unlimited time. You may not have another chance to win another title. You may not even have another chance to have another SummerSlam match. There you go. Motivation for Seth. Motivation for Roman. An explanation for everything. A storyline building.
It has to be true, though. That's the one thing. Like, you can't make something like that up and then, like, he wrestles for another 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Because this motherfucker, he's going to wrestle for as long as he wants. I guarantee you.
The doctor, I mean, but, like, the whole thing is, like, the doctor's diagnosis could have been wrong. It could have been maybe, you know, he got, like, a surgery to fix it, and he's just on further borrowed time. I mean, he's on borrowed time regardless. I mean, he's 40, 41, 42. So, you know, like... And his injuries are only stacking up, but like this is an example of like it's not that difficult to come up with the storyline to make it make sense.
It's not. No, it really isn't. But what I think is, I think they're gonna do a lot of what you said. It's already set in stone. When you have one guy versus 4, you already know his ass is getting beat down, and he's getting fucking recruits to watch his. You already can see where it's going. You know.
But the good thing about that is that creates like a disbelief, because like there's so many people, it's like you see the match and you already know who's going to win ahead of time. You go into that match thinking of like there's no way this Seth is going to win, and now of course you don't have him win. You don't have him win, but you have him get all the way up to Roman. He's beaten down, he's bloodied, he's fucked up, but he's still got a little bit of gas left in the tank, and then Roman takes advantage of it, beats the crap out of him. Maybe you could even let Roman have it be like a no DQ cage match of Roman in there with weapons beating Seth down.
I just wish it was somebody I gave a shit about, because I hate Seth Rollins. You know,
for sure,
Because that's the biggest thing is you're trying. I love what you're doing. You're trying to get people to care about somebody who fucking sucks. And
Right.
I like that. That's a very difficult thing to do. Trust me, Triple H would love it. But the general population, they don't give a shit about Seth. He's going to have to. What they're probably going to do is they're probably going to go with the beat him bloody strategy. That's what usually Triple H does. He's done it with Cody Rhodes a bunch. Go with the beat him bloody strategy to gain sympathy points on whoever he wants to be the babyface. So more than likely, it's going to be him getting beat down, getting bloody, getting stretchered out, and then, oh, will he be able to come back and answer the challenge on the next Raw or SmackDown? That it's some shit like that.
More than likely, it's what they're going to do. I mean,
Yeah.
they're probably going to have Seth lose to Roman anyway. So this is all just a big waste of time. So,
Yeah, because I mean, I could see why Sammy beat Cody. It makes sense. But for Roman, nah, he's gonna hold that title for a bit. Joey said, put that. I can't tell what that emoji is. Can you tell what that is?
put the dancing queen.
Oh, Dancing Queen, Mr.
Yeah.
Elegance in the tournament. Might as well. He'll
Have
get
him
his
lose
ass
to,
beat in the
Elena
first
Black or
round.
something. Yeah.
For real, might as well. Christopher was saying, JC Jane, Fallon Henley, Trick Williams, Braun Breaker should get pushed. They have the tools to succeed and one day go over into film, TV, and music. And I agree with you for the most part. I backed off a little bit on Braun Breaker. I'm getting worried about the guy. He's getting injured a lot, dude.
Right. And that could be why they're backing off him.
Yeah, he's a great talent, but that's the thing too, is they used him way too much at the top. The guy trains too much, and I think he's not letting his muscles get enough time to heal, and he's getting hurt. But I'm with you on Trick, Fallon, and JC. You need youth, and they're youth. They're awesome. So yeah, I'm all for. I think Fallon has a hell of a career ahead of her.
No,
JC
she does.
too. Yeah.
No, they do. They really do. Yeah, man, they really do. But yeah, you just can't have faith with Triple H booking anything because he's just going to half-ass everything. Like this is the
Always.
problem. Like this is the problem with it is that logically you would want it to get to like Roman versus Oba. You would want that at some point. The problem with it is that the people who are booking this, they want to do this whole maybe they're just using Seth to get him out of the way, and that could very well be the case.
It could be, and I could be. This is a good point. It could be one of those things where maybe he cashes in later on in the evening. If that's the case, that would get a lot of people talking. That'd be a good thing, especially if he won. Especially if Cody won the title and he cashes in on Cody, that'd be perfect. Just throw a wrench in that shit with CM Punk and Cody. Fuck it. I'm down for that. Buttrell was saying, being in Japan full time and Seth Faggins being all over the show, I think 99% of the reasons I don't watch anymore. God, I hate him. And that's a big thing for me too. I cannot fucking stand Seth Rollins. And I love what you're trying to do with him. You're trying to make somebody who's irredeemable redeemable. And
I'm trying
love
to make
that.
chicken salad. I'm trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit. I mean, Seth is awful. His promos are awful, and that's the other thing too. And you know what? Right there, that's another problem. Like why the whole storyline that I'm coming up with wouldn't work is Seth couldn't pull it off. Seth is an awful actor. He's an awful promo. He can't pull it off.
You know what it would possibly take is him tucking his tail between his legs and talking with Paul Heyman and getting the help of the Vision. It would, because Bronson's coming back anyways. I could see them doing that. Bronson, Logan, and Austin Theory teaming back up with Seth to face off against Roman and the Bloodline. I could see them going that route. Just saying.
But what obstacle would you create for? Because if you want them to line up again, what would the obstacle be for him getting back into the Vision?
I would think it would have to be something where he proves himself to Paul Heyman. Whatever that would be, that's something that we would have to come up with. But I think that would be the impetus, is that he would have to prove himself to Paul Heyman that he needs his help. And basically say, I thought I could do this on my own. I couldn't. I need you. And whatever it takes for me to earn your respect back and earn your guys' respect back, I'll do it. That type of shit. And even if it's comes down to him aiding them in tag team matches, doing little things here and there to earn their respect back. But that's the thing, is he'll be getting his ass beat by Bloodline and they're not going to help him. But maybe he keeps on helping them out enough to the point where they do help him out. I don't know. Something like that,
Could be.
Yeah. That's really all you can do. Because you're thinking, because that's the thing, is when you're thinking about Seth Rollins' backup, I'm not going to go with Street Profits and Joe Henry. That shit was fucking dumb, At least with Vision, there's some sort of storyline there. I'm just saying.
There is some sort of storyline there, and then maybe when you do the whole like team up that I was talking about, maybe you have Logan Paul cost Seth the match, cost them that match, and that sets up like another feud. I mean, it's Seth Rollins, so you're really not gonna expect anything great out of it. But like, and honestly, the more I think about it, it's like, you know what, Seth is like, you can't really do anything with him. He's so limited as an actor and as a promo. You might as well just like build the future. You might as well build a Boba or Trick Williams or both.
Well, but you know what? I'm not going to completely discontinue. Like, I think you have a good idea, because especially once we were talking about, maybe even blooming the careers of Logan Paul and Austin Theory off of this, if you can help make careers out of a feud like this between two rehashed talents, why not,
Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I think because what you're trying to do is you're trying to at least give people a platform. And I like that. With Seth, though, let's be honest, dude. He's maybe got like 3 to 5 years left in the ring. If they do that retirement storyline, I love if that were true. Just saying that.
Well, because like the way AEW did it with Kenny, like with Kenny Omega, he makes everything goofy. Like that's the problem with him, is like he can't do anything serious, like at all. Like as soon as he opens his mouth, it's you and me, Will, in the ring
with the grape jelly
time. It's like that's the problem.
Yeah, for sure. Alejandro is saying, where do you rank Jeff Hardy of all time? He was a big draw back in 2008.
I wouldn't put him in the top 20 if I'm being real. Like,
no, if I'm being real, I'm probably going to put him at like 45, 46, around there. He was definitely a draw back in the 2000s. I can't deny that. He did some crazy shit in those TLC matches, but there's just so many other people that were the big thing for me about Jeff Hardy. Not a good mic worker.
No.
And if I'm going to put somebody at the top, they're going to be a good mic worker. Just saying.
Oh, absolutely. Speaking of good mic workers, we got rumors of Enzo and Cass coming back to NXT, which I can buy. I believe it.
Well, people are giving the dirt sheets shit about spreading that rumor. If anything gives us hope, man, that's not a bad rumor to let out, because it's one of those things where, if Big Bill, if he gets released by AEW, Enzo's ready, dude. We're going to see fucking... Right. I hate seeing Enzo and Cass in NXT. I'd rather see him on the main roster, but I'll take what I can get,
I mean, yeah, you absolutely want them on the main roster. Like that to me would just make a lot more sense, especially with how, I mean, yeah, granted, NXT needs, they have a dearth of talent. They have like pretty much like no one down there. So like, I get bringing in like an Eric Young and a Mike Santana and maybe even an Enzo and Cass. I get it.
Right.
But for Enzo and Cass, the merch they're going to, like, the merch, you think that little fucking dork on the main roster with the face paint is going to, you think he sells merch? I don't know. Bring back the certified G-shirts. You'll see a legit #1 merch seller right there.
We're going to see, I think within 6 months, we're going to see Enzo versus Danhausen on the mic, and he's just going to make Danhausen look like a little bitch. Straight up. Alejandro was saying the King of the Ring tournament was so pointless, no stories. And that's my whole thing about a tournament. I can understand why people do it. You're looking for a #1 contender, but it has to lead to something. Give us a story out of it. Give us somebody turning on somebody winning by precarious means, somebody getting injured and taking that spot. Give us some sort of story. Like, the biggest thing coming out of that should have been some sort of thing that happened with Io Sky, where somebody turned on her, she turned on another person to get to the top. Instead, we just have lovable Io Sky dominating again and going on to face Liv Morgan at SummerSlam. Exciting. Yay.
Yay.
What we got for Oba doesn't even get a shot, just holds it like a Money in the Bank briefcase or some shit. What is this?
For sure, man. Hey, NC, what are your thoughts on Bad Religion?
I think they're a talented band.
Sure.
They're talented. Man, they seem like a band that CM Punk would really like. I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it there.
Bad Religion.
Yeah. But yeah, now I could definitely see Enzo and Danhausen having a feud. I think that's going to happen in due time.
Enzo and Dan, yeah, I could see it too. I really could. Yeah, I mean, merch right there, man. Money could be made, and they need it. I think this, honestly, I think it's a TKO move. I think it's a TKO move to bring back Enzo and Cass, because they know they need it, man. They need it bad.
Yeah, no, for sure. Well, I think that's where they're at right now. Is they're looking for any cheap talent that can get a pop, which is good because Enzo and Cass, yeah, they're waiting for that. They're probably not going to charge too much. I think it's a good
No.
idea. Yeah, I'm excited more so for where they're going for NXT because if they keep in mind if they get all these talents by the end of summer, you're looking at Enzo and Cass, you're looking at Anna Jay, you're looking at Jungle Boy, Mike Santana, and Leon Slater. Now, while I don't give a shit about half of those talents, that's still going to be a lot of notoriety for NXT. It's going to be a lot of people talking about the company if they get all those names.
Totally, man. Absolutely. It'll get people talking again. But again, this is just bringing stars back from the past. Now they've got a little bit in the tank, I believe, and there's still a lot of they can still give, to WWE and get people to care. But like, you gotta build new stars, man. Like, that's the problem.
Yeah, no, agreed, man.
And then you also can't let Triple H, rat fuck Enzo into oblivion. Like, that's the other problem too.
And I maybe that's why they're bringing him back to NXT. I mean, still, don't get me wrong, Triple H is still in charge of NXT, but I don't know, maybe he's going to let bygones be bygones at this point. I mean, shit, if he could talk to Punk again after what happened back in the day when them hating each other, who knows? Maybe he's a different guy now. I don't know.
I mean, it could be, but I almost get the feeling it's like it's Triple H getting his arm twisted,
Could be. Do you see Shotgun Saturday Night weekly in bars in the NYC area with today's talent of work today? I don't see any reason why they can't.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not doing it. I mean, you could absolutely do that. You could, and that's the thing too. It's like wrestling used to like film it like multiple. Like, look at what WCW used to do with like Hog Wild. They would like film like at the beach and like at biker rallies. Like they would do fun venues like that. AEW was doing that for a little bit, and then Tony said, "Fuck that shit, it's too much effort."
And that's the great thing, too. I'm glad you mentioned AEW because during COVID, they used to film outdoors at the Jacksonville Arena, and it looked beautiful, man. You see the sunset in the background, the palm trees. Oh, yeah. It was such a great aesthetic for pro wrestling, so there was that. But I don't know if you remember when TNA was doing the Rebel Complex. That was a bar, and it was a cool-looking bar. I thought it was a great venue, and personally, as long as they're not doing those fucking little hole-in-the-wall breweries, do more fucking big, cool looking bars. I think it's honestly, bars are a venue that they should do more often because you're going to get loud and rowdy fans. You're not going to get these fucking sports dorks. You're going to want to get these mark dorks. You're going to want to get like regular people that just want to see something crazy, and a lot of them will be reacting.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. Truly, how's it going? You're in the chat.
Truly in the house. What is
Truly
up? Truly
in the house.
But Troll said, I kept getting Jeff Hardy sitting in backyard trying to sing. It was so annoying. Comments were, Jeff, give up, dude. You can't fucking sing. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying, guys. He's trying his best, Tim. Well, and I heard, too, Jeff was talking about quitting wrestling and going more into doing, a band. I think, you know what? You want to get people talking? Have them do a group up with Jericho. Jericho and Jeff Hardy. Let's see it. Let's see what they can do.
Honestly, I think that would be a good pairing. I really do. I think they'd do well in a band together. I really do.
Just have them do like a bunch of Winger and Striper shit, from the 80s. I think they would rock that shit. I think they would rock. I think they do a good job. Just saying.
I do too, man. I think that would be fun. That'd be really fun.
Well, that's what I love about Jericho. Like, he's not fucking, like, hilariously fat anymore, but I still think, like, you get him and Jeff Hardy up on stage, and it'll be an old fart fest, man. People will love it.
It'd be great, man. Although I do want Jericho to get fat again. Like, we need fat Chris Jericho. We need fat Chris Jericho. You can't not, like, skinny Chris Jericho is just boring. We need fat, drunken slob Chris Jericho. That's who we need back, damn it. What are we doing?
Absolutely. That's the best Jericho. Always has been.
Proof.
Alejandro said, you guys remember Angle versus Sting TNA empty arena match? I do.
Yep.
Nowadays, TNA actually wrestles in empty arenas. It was foreshadowing how sad TNA used to be good. Oh, yeah. When we were watching COVID, the Raw and the Performance Center, we're like, this is the future of pro wrestling. They will actually be doing this. And yeah, TNA proved us right with the empty arena match. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing too. It was actually a takeoff. I don't know if you remember. It was Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Mankind, and they had an empty arena match during a halftime show. I can't remember which Super Bowl it was, but do you remember that?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I remember that one. Yeah,
Yeah, that was cool back in the day, but definitely foreshadowing of what was going to happen. Just every way you look, man. All right, so we got Raven with Stevie Richards. Stevie is holding his belt. This is back when Stevie used to wear Daisy Dukes and half shirts, and it was.
I do have one complaint, about the
What's up,
CCW
Julie?
show.
What's that?
How many fucking times are we gonna hear you want it all, but you can't have it? What is it?
Is this? He was really into Faith No More at the time. That is Blue Dust, so that's the Blue Meanie and dressed as Gold Dust.
Yo. You know what I do? I do like one of those like goofy Vince Russo storylines, like the funny ones where it's like they hit their head and they become crazy. I would have Seth Rollins hit his head and think he's the lead singer of Faith No More,
Hey, I think it's
money. It's money on the table, man, I tell you.
Well, that's the thing too, is this geek, he used to go to fucking like hardcore and metal shows up in the front row and rage out and shit. Have you ever seen video footage of that? Like he's losing his mind and shit and going crazy. Like, whatever, dude. I don't know. Yeah, he's a poor cosplay Raven. I like that. That's a good one right there. Yeah. And it's a shame too, because like Faith No More, whatever on that. I like Mr. Bungle though. I don't know.
That's a good one, man. I mean, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. With this being done, I'm going to switch over to impressions. So